Hey, it's Yusuke here. Here we're gonna go through GCC compilers. GCC stands for GNU Compiler Collection. GCC is the software used to compile mainly C, C++, Fortran. It can also compile Java. GCC can run in many operating systems. And here's a full picture of GCC Compile Process. It starts with source code.c.h. First of all, it goes through pre-processing. Pre-processing expands source code by including header file. Then the code goes through compilation to become assembly code. Assembly code is a low-level programming language. A computer still cannot process it, so assembly code needs to be assembled to become machine code, which only consists of 0 and 1. Then machine code is linked together with library to create executable machine code, which we run. Here's a visual representation of the compiling process of GCC. And it starts with source files, foo.c, bar.c, baz.c. Then each of the file is processed with compiler to create machine code. The machine code here is also called object files. These object files are linked together to create executable program. And I want to touch more about header file here. And so imagine when we want to compile mycode.c. Here's a line of code about function A, but we still don't know about function A because function A.c is not compiled yet. So what we do here is we add a line of code, which is hash include function A.h. And this line of code try to find header file of function A. Is this on the right? And function A.h, it has the information about function declaration of function A, so that this mycode.c knows about function A.a, and this part of the code can be compiled. Later, function A.c is also compiled and linked into mycode.c, so that this whole code, mycode.c, can be compiled and executed. And here, I also like to touch about linking library. A library is a pre-compiled object file that can be linked into another object file via linker. And there are two types of linking, static linking and dynamic linking. I'm gonna start with static linking. Static linking is about, in static linking, the machine code of the library is copied into the executable. As you can see, these executable A and static library are bundled together. And for this reason, this executable runs faster because you don't have to load static library. And there's also another linking called dynamic linking. And for dynamic linking, shared library is loaded onto OS. And when executable A wants to run the code, it loads the shared library from OS. And for this reason, dynamic linking is not as fast as static linking because you have to load shared library. But it saves some disk space because both executable A and executable B can share the same library.